Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is, what is today? I think it's July the 30th, and I'm here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Apparently they had some Imagineers that went across on the Skyliner this morning, so came over here to see if we can maybe capture some of that on video, and we just had a whole group of, looks like Imagineers that actually just came into the station, so we'll see if they will actually jump on board here and head across to the Caribbean beach. I think that's really awesome. It should be really exhilarating to actually see people get in and actually ride across. So stay tuned here with me and we'll see what happens. Hey Tion 123, welcome. Chris, welcome. Bradley, Incognito Mouse, Way Too Sun, Shannon, welcome. Felix, welcome. Epcot Scott, Bradley Wright, Liam, good to have you here. Lisa Warden, photographer. Jose, Jody, Chris, Michael, Karat, hopefully I said that right. Let's see, who else do I got here? A bunch of people. Ian, Kids Serial, I'm not sure if I said that right, but hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jackie, Alicia, always good to have you here. Disney Girl. Like I said, we're just kind of waiting. We might get lucky, we might not. Maybe that was just a one-time deal this morning. But like I said, a whole group just came in, so we're gonna wait and see if they do board and head across. Nemo's Glasses, what is up? Margaret, hey, from Louisville, Kentucky. Sean, welcome. Joe, Dawn from Canada. Whitney, hey, what's going on? Steph, hey Rob, thanks for your great vids. Actually caught you live. Let's see, live bad rain here in the UK. Sorry about that. It's actually a really nice day here today. Nice and, you know, the puffy white clouds and blue sky here in Florida. The sun kind of hides behind the clouds every once in a while, which cools us off a little bit, which is always nice. So we'll see. Most likely this morning it was just you know, the Imagineers heading over to Caribbean Beach for whatever reason. But maybe they're shooting back and forth throughout the day. That would be pretty cool if we can catch it. If not, at least we get to see some cool Skyliner action. They've been running pretty constant since I've been here, so that's pretty cool. It looks like our whole group went back into the control area in the rear of the station, so we'll see. Resort budgeting. Also heard that cast members are able to go into Star Wars. I believe so. Or maybe August 1st is when that starts. I'm not sure if it actually starts today, but I think it's August 1st, but I'm not 100% sure. But they will be going in soon. So, I mean, you gotta imagine that it's pretty much ready. There might be some last minute details they'll go over while cast members are in there, but that's really good news as well. Scott, soft opening anytime soon. I'm still saying that probably after the 28th is going to be actual soft openings for any kind of a normal guest that would be lucky enough to ride. This again is just it's Doppelmayr or Imagineers or you know, kind of going back and forth. But now knowing that it's actually happening, that's good news. So maybe it'll start increasing more and more, and we'll start seeing more and more people on here. That's got to be so exciting, though. I mean, just that feeling of finally, you know, having the ability to get on and to head across to the Caribbean beach. for the Imagineers and the, for Doppelmayr to put so much work into this over the past couple years, and then to finally see all their work finally be completed and they can jump on board and head across. It's got to be an amazing feeling for them. Resort budgeting, are the main stations the only ones that say Disney Skyliner? They actually all do. When I was at the Caribbean Beach in the video that I did over there, from distance you can only see the word Skyliner, but written right across the top in very small print is Disney. So it actually does say Disney Skyliner. I got home and I zoomed in on a photo and you can see that it does say Disney Skyliner. So this one actually does say, Disney Skyliner over there on the main sign that's not uncovered yet. And then there's this secondary sign here that just says Skyliner, which is pretty cool. Haven't seen one at International Gateway yet or Poppin' Art. They do have the one at the Riviera as well.
Hey, what are those?
That's the Disney Skyliner.
They free?
They should be. It's Disney Transportation. It'll take you to various resorts and other parks. So kind of like the buses and monorail and stuff. See, Karat, you love the background music. Yeah, this is always a nice one to kind of hang around here. This never gets old. Really puts you in a good mood, the music here. Epcot is the same way. When I was standing in front of Epcot in that lightning storm, you hear the Soarin' music and it's all that futuristic, amazing Epcot music. Disney Girl, we were just there the day before yesterday. So at least you get to see it and know how amazing it is when you actually stand here. Mr. Cruise Fever, big question, when will they take the fence down? That's a good question. Whenever they're ready to finally let passengers possibly start coming on is when we'll start seeing the fence come down. The half of the fence over at Pop Century in Art of Animation is down, so you can walk up really close to the very rear of that station. So they may start taking more and more fence down. This has a lot more activity through here, obviously. This has a huge amount of pedestrian traffic that goes by, so this fence will probably stay up a little longer. This is always my favorite place to film, and I'm being sarcastic because there's like no shade out here. The sun just really beats down on you here in front of Hollywood Studios. They have these palm trees, but palm trees really don't provide a whole lot of shade. So I kind of hover in little spots where I get a shadow every now and then. It feels a little better. So I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference when you are out of the sun. It feels much cooler. Once that sun is beating down on you, that really causes a lot of issues. But get out of the sun and it feels a whole lot better. I don't know, my group of Imagineers over there kind of disappeared on me. So maybe they won't be hopping in right now. Whitney, there are special gondolas fitted to accommodate wheelchairs, ECV, and mobility vehicles. That is correct. They're not actually special vehicles. All of the gondolas are equipped to handle the same situation. So they all have seats that flip up, and you can see in the rear there's a secondary track. You see a couple gondolas are actually parked back there. So on this secondary track is where they'll load scooters and wheelchairs. They can bring these gondolas back and they can park them forever amount of time they need. They can load the wheelchairs on, and then they would just join the front track again and head out onto the haul rope. See, our sign still has not been unwrapped, which I'm not sure why they're not unwrapping that sign. All the other signs are open on the other stations, so curious to know why they haven't unwrapped that one yet. Looks like they took the Italian job off of it, unless it just wore off. They had the Italian job written across the front of it. Mom, too, I need a big shade hat. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. I do wear a hat, but you know, nothing really helps in the Florida sun if you're directly in it. Dayrock Randall 941. Hey, I'm new to your channel. We love all your YouTube posts. I'm from St. Catherine, Jamaica. Very cool. So you probably love the Caribbean beach then. Or I don't know, maybe you hate it because it's probably not as authentic as actually Jamaica. And my family and I are coming to the USA. What Disney park is good for a 3-year-old? Obviously Magic Kingdom is going to be number 1 for a 3-year-old. Beyond that, I would probably head to the Animal Kingdom. Hollywood Studios can be geared towards adults a little bit more. There is some kid stuff in there, the Little Mermaid, and they have Disney Junior in there. And then Epcot anymore is really becoming an adult-oriented park. It seems like a lot of thrill rides. Going through the countries usually isn't that fun for the kids. So I would definitely rank Magic Kingdom number 1, and then Animal Kingdom, because there's so many animals you can see, the tours, you know, a lot of walking tours for animals. They just opened Rafiki's Planet back up again. They have the Kilimanjaro Safari. They have It's a Bug's Life in there. They have the Finding Nemo show, the Lion King show. So all that stuff would be a lot of fun for a 3-year-old. Dawn from Canada. They do have Toy Story Land in here, but for a 3-year-old, you're not going to find much in there. I mean, I'm not going to ride Slinky Dog, and even the spinners, the alien spinners, are not probably not a great idea for a 3-year-old. I mean, it could be fun. Yeah, I think a lot of people agreeing with the Magic Kingdom here. K8 Skyliner runs between Caribbean and the studios, about 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, that's about right. It's probably right around 3 minutes. And then Pop and Art is probably just a little bit shorter than that, it seems like. And then the longest one is definitely going over to Epcot, which could be anywhere from 9 to maybe 12 minutes getting over there. And the reason, it's a pretty long distance getting over to Epcot, but as you go through the Riviera, there's sort of a time pause through there because you're going so slow. When you go through the Riviera, you're going at the station pace, just like this. And then the same with the 90-degree turn in the boardwalk parking lot. You're going at that same pace, going really slow around that turn. So there is a time delay going through both of those. Well, I'm really hoping we get to see something. Like I said, another site caught a picture this morning of some Imagineers jumping on and heading over, so I was hoping that we could share that and watch them go over and just have a lot of fun. So we'll see, fingers crossed. We'll stick around here for a little bit. If not, we'll definitely keep checking back, and we'll get it on video sooner or later. Mom2, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much for your tiki tropical hat. You know, I'm going to find one. I'm going to find a goofy tropical hat. Maybe that'll become my new signature. I'll get a passport to the parks. Passport to the parks. Tropical hat. D, would people with a fence and ask him if you can ride? Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. You know, one day you just kind of hope that you'd be standing out here and, you know, they decide to do soft openings. That's kind of how it might work. I mean, one day they just decide, you know, grab some guests and bring them in and see if they want to ride. So you never know. Could be just a lucky guess. Jackie, this is interesting. It is. Right now it's just kind of a waiting game. I was waiting around a little bit before I went live, kind of watching to see if anybody would get on and off, and then I saw the big group of Imagineers come in and figured maybe we could catch them. Like I said, they've sort of dissipated back into the break area. So maybe eventually they'll have to work their way over to the Caribbean beach and they might have to ride over there, so we will see. But hey, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful skies today, so you can see the gondolas really well. And anytime you can get a live look at Disney World, it's always a lot of fun. Mom, too, you will be amazed by Galaxy's Edge. I spent 4 days in Disneyland, the food and drinks, and the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm hoping that I really get that feeling of feeling like a kid walking in there and having, you know, all the childhood memories come back of reliving Star Wars. And, you know, when I was a kid, you know, everybody dreams of being on the Millennium Falcon and being in all those amazing worlds and seeing all those amazing creatures and aliens and stuff. So I'm just hoping that it kind of transports me back to that feeling. And outside of everything else, if I get that feeling, at least walking in, then it's a win for me. Robert, we were at Magic Kingdom yesterday and and the heat was brutal, missing the mega line for the scanner somehow. It was a pretty uncrowded day. It has been extremely uncrowded. I've been through the parks the last few days and all of the parks have just not been crowded. And I'm really gearing it towards Galaxy's Edge because I think people have paced themselves and they're booking their trips, you know, to coincide with when Galaxy's Edge is going to be open. So if you are here during the summer, you're really going to get some nice wait times, really less crowded parks. But you're going to have to deal with a little heat. It's been pretty warm here the past few weeks especially. Eileen, will anyone be able to ride the Skyliners not staying on property? They should run exactly like any Disney transportation. So the buses, the boats, the monorail, where any guest is able to jump on board and head over. You know, obviously they want you to go to the resorts. They want you to use the amenities over there and have dinner and shop. And, you know, they wouldn't put these things in the resorts if they didn't want Disney guests to go over there. So you don't have to be a resort guest to go over there to enjoy the different amenities at any resort. So if you want to go over to, say, Sebastian's and have dinner, then you can jump on. Oh, thank you so much.
Content.
What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
I saw that online. Does that actually work, that fan? Can I put you, I'm on live. Do you...
Sure.
All right, I want to show that thing. Does that actually work?
It does, and it looks really nerdy.
I love it though. I saw it. I'm like, I need that because I die out here.
Tim Tracker had it, and we were like, we're getting that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Well, if Tim Tracker's got it, I got to get it then.
We love the whole system. We've been watching the content.
Yeah, awesome. They actually had Imagineers jump on this morning and rode across. So I'm just standing here in the sun, seeing if I see anybody jump on. So
Oh man.
yeah.
We're so close, so we're not back till January, but we'll ride it.
Hey, you'll ride it then.
Cool.
So
Cool.
awesome, guys.
We appreciate what you do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I saw those neck fans online. I want to get one. I don't care the way it looks. Sometimes you walk around on here and you're dying because it's so hot. Mickey sightings. Awesome to meet you guys the other day, by the way. Epcot crowds were amazing on Sunday. MK not too bad either. See, Mom, too, Disney should ask you out of gratitude for positive coverage and your beloved buckets. Well, thank you very, very much. I try to stay as positive as I can. I mean, Disney just generally makes me happy, so I'm not gonna lie about things. There are some things that sometimes I don't agree with, and some of those things are happening at Epcot with Guardians of the Galaxy, but outside of that, I am a Disney nut and I love it here. No matter what is going on, I'm always having a good time here, so. Robert, you are welcome for the updates. Thanks for being here. The Lucky Minute. Yes, they are going fast. They shoot out of the station pretty quickly. You'll see it right there. There's the momentum kick as the wheels inside the track sort of speeds up the gondola, and then it reattaches to the haul rope as it comes in. So if you don't know how this is working, if you've never joined me before, you see this gondola is actually coming in, and there is what's called a grip. The hanger arm has a grip at the top, and it's actually holding on to the haul rope. And as it enters the station, that grip releases right about there, and you'll see it slow down. And there's wheels inside. There's a track that then drags the gondola around the inner track, and then you're able to exit guests and then reload guests on. And then as the gondola starts to approach the exit, the wheels start to speed up, and then boom, it reattaches to the haul rope right there. The grip reattaches, and then it basically just gets pulled along to the other station, and then the process repeats. It's really a simple mechanical process, but it's amazing how intricate it actually is. There's videos online. If you go and you look up like Doppelmayr D-line and things like that, you can see, people put cameras in the tracks and everything. You can see how the grip releases and how it goes around the inner track. And it's amazing to watch. It's really a lot of fun. Let's see if I can do this right. Blog del Rutero, Chile. Hopefully I said that right. My Spanish is not that great. A big hello from Chile, South America. We are excited to meet the Skyliner, the Disney Skyliner. Absolutely, thank you so much for being here. I don't think I've had South America on here yet. A lot of UK, Australia, Japan, people from all over the world, but I think you might be my first South America, so welcome. Matt and Adams Baseball. I looked, wait to me for Animal Kingdom, and half of the rides are a half an hour, so that's where the people, sometimes the spell checkers really get crazy here, but I believe you're talking about the wait times at the Animal Kingdom are not that long right now, which are probably not long for most of the rides all across Disney. Like I said, the crowd levels have just been pretty much void here. Well, I'm kind of bummed, guys. I really got excited. I thought some people were going to jump on. Like I said, they were spotted this morning, and I got excited, got over here as soon as I could. We will definitely try to catch them on video at some point. Just don't want you guys to think I was pulling your leg. Sometimes it's just the right place at the right time, so sometimes people grab a picture and then you get excited and you come over, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but hopefully we're gonna win today. You gotta stay positive, right? Pictures aren't as fun as video. I love to see it. I love to see people actually moving and the Skyliner's moving, and get that real feel of what it's actually like, get people's expressions and those kind of things. Life Quest, why don't I jump on? That would be amazing if I could jump on. I don't think they're quite at that point yet, though. But soon. trust me, I remember coming here when this was nothing. This was just all foundation, and you know, watching the towers being built and watching the haul rope being strung across and watching the hanger arm go across, and then the maintenance gondolas and the actual real gondolas, and you know, everything that's been happening ever since. It's been just a long road watching all this come together. It's been a lot of fun. And now we're literally, you know, less than 2 months away from the actual opening of the Disney Skyliner. It is crazy. But it is absolutely so much fun. Rob, fake news, yeah. Kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want that to be, you know, I don't want to get blamed for a clickbait headline there. And I'll change the headline if I don't actually capture somebody. But basically what I was saying is it was spotted this morning, and I'm hoping to spot it right here. So SW Bricks 75, thanks for everything you do. Maybe we'll see you filming late next week into the following week. I will definitely be here, especially, like I said, if they're making this kind of progress and they're putting bodies on here, then I want to see that. And I want to be here for one day when they open up this fence and they say, come on, let's do it. You know, even if they pull people on, they say you can't film or anything like that, even just to have the experience and to come back and share it and say this is what it was like, you know, even that would be a lot of fun. I can totally respect, you know, if they don't want things filmed right away, but just to have the experience would be amazing in itself. Norman, when riding, do you have to get off then back on to go to Epcot? Hey, how are you? Yeah, we love it. So say if you were to leave Hollywood Studios here and you head over to the Caribbean Beach, that is the central hub. So that's where you're going to branch off to go in any direction. So as you would have to exit as you would get off the Hollywood Studios line, and you would head over to your left at that point to jump on a line that would take you through the Riviera over to Epcot, which you do not have to exit at the Riviera. Or you would jump on to your right and you could head over to Pop Century and Art of Animation. But you would definitely have to transfer there at the Caribbean Beach. Basically like the monorail, if you were to transfer at the TTC to go over from the Magic Kingdom to Epcot, the same principle. You would get off, but I think definitely less of a walk. Everything is going to be pretty much contained. Right now at the TTC you have to exit down a ramp and then walk back up another ramp to get onto the monorail to go to Epcot. This will be a lot better because everything's pretty much contained, so you'll be able to get off and get onto the other gondolas pretty quick. We'll have to see how they work the queues, if there's an existing line, if it's more like a fast pass situation, if you're getting off and you want to get on to go to Epcot, if they're going to merge the lines somehow, or if there'll be a separate line. That'll be interesting to watch on how they manage that process. Because definitely I think the most popular lines are going to be coming from Hollywood, then transferring to go to Epcot, and then vice versa, you know, coming from Epcot to get over here to Hollywood Studios. So we'll definitely have to see how they work those transfers inside the Caribbean Beach. Shannon, hopefully I just answered that question, where do the gondolas go, with my explanation of the transfers and everything. Resort budgeting, I bet they let you on to film. I think that you have enough integrity not to release the footage until Disney allows. Thanks for being awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I will definitely play by the rules. I try to always do that, so I just want to get on, you know, put my camera in a baggie or whatever you need to do, but I just want to ride it. I mean, I'd much rather share it with everybody. But we'll see. What's meant to happen will happen. If I ride it tomorrow or, you know, on the 29th of September, I'm definitely going to ride it.
Yeah, they do. It's like
Yeah, my Imagineers have definitely disappeared. So we'll walk down here a little bit. We'll take a look. Mom, too, I'm a West Coast chauvinist, but you make me want to go to Florida for the humidity. If you like humidity, then Florida's going to be definitely for you. Hopefully I read that right. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of glare. I'm trying to walk and read. It's beautiful. People are not, it's definitely beautiful to watch. See, Charm, I wish to be the first rider on the Skyliner. That would be awesome. If you are, then please share it with us. Resort budgeting, everyone chant, let him ride, let him ride. Ay, ay, ay. That's awesome. I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. Never thought I would really fall in love with the Skyliner as much as I did. I just think it is really, really amazing. And I think you just get so invested into it after so long. And you learn so much about it. You know what'll happen, as soon as I end the live stream, they'll bring 50 people out, they'll bring the fences down, and everybody will pile on. Like I said, I remember back when I went on my cruise, I thought, you know, I'm gonna be gone for like 3 days on a cruise, and they're gonna bring hundreds of people on, they're gonna be shooting fireworks off the top of the gondolas, and all kinds of great stuff is gonna happen while I'm gone. But nothing happened. I love the jazzy "At Last I See the Light" music behind me. I love that. It's one of my favorite Disney songs from Tangled. That's interesting. They have little green bands on the doors. Don't recall seeing those before. And I think there's only a select few that actually have them. Right there's that green band that goes across the door. I wonder if those are marked in some way, if they're monitoring those gondolas for some reason. Best toy chest. Do I have a favorite wrap design? I think my favorite right now is the Scrooge McDuck one. I do love the Pirates of the Caribbean, and of course the Haunted Mansion. I think Haunted Mansion is on the top of a lot of people's lists. But I think the Scrooge McDuck one I really like a lot. It's just kind of you know, really that old school. I loved, you know, the old Scrooge McDuck and Tailspin and Darkwing Duck and all that stuff. So, in fact, there's the Pirates one coming out right now. You know, I think I actually might be more of a fan of the unwrapped gondolas than the actual wrapped ones. Oh, there's another fan favorite right there, Stitch. That is pretty classic. I actually watched Lilo and Stitch last night with my daughter. And I haven't watched Lilo and Stitch in a while, and I forgot how sad that movie actually is. You know, the whole scenario of family and, you know, possibly losing family, and it's just, it was really sad. I watched it, I'm like, wow, I did not remember how sad it was. But of course it gets happy at the end, and, you know, who doesn't love Elvis, so. I'm gonna try to find a little bit of shade here before my camera overheats on me. When I stand right out in the direct sun, my camera tends to shut down on me. Nemo Class is not a fan of Stitch. There you go, everybody has their likes and their dislikes. What is your favorite one? Maybe the Nemo one? Wait, you son, Lilo is not as bad as Up or Toy Story 3. Yeah, well, Up, I mean, Up has got to be the most tragic first 5 minutes of a movie that's ever been made, I think. It's just, if you didn't cry in the beginning of Up, then I don't know. There's another green band around that one. Curious. Life Quest. I hate squirrels. Stephanie, have they timed how fast it takes to get from the parks to the hotels? It's about, from Hollywood to get over to the Caribbean beach, you're looking at maybe about a 3 or 4 minute trip at the most. Same going over to the Art of Animation and Pop Century from the Caribbean beach. The Epcot is the longest line, and that's probably going to be about a 9 to 12 minute journey. And a lot of that is because, like I said, you're slowing down through the Riviera and you're slowing down through the 90-degree turn at the Boardwalk parking lot. So that is going to add a little bit of time onto your journey. These are just direct shots over. So once you're up on the haul rope, you're just continually moving.
Oh, was that going to be?
Yeah.
Here, you guys got to check out my Skyliner shirt today. Hopefully you can see that. Isn't that cool? Getting a lot of compliments on that one today. Got the Omega 4 gondola there and all of the specs of the gondola. Beautiful design from Modeling Disney. Actually have an incredible new design coming out. Modeling Disney has done an amazing job again, and we'll get those released. You guys are going to love the new design. The new t-shirt designs coming out. But please go check out modelingdisney.com. He does amazing work over there. Awesome guy. Charm, oh my God, that is a cool shirt. Yeah, I know it's backwards. I still can't figure that out. Yeah, go to passporttotheparks.com. You can see all kinds of cool shirts and stuff there. Well, I think our chances are dwindling even more and more. It does not look like folks are going to come out. We'll stick around though. I got a little bit more time. Hey, Kevin and Teresa, 34 more days and counting. You got the same shirt, but in yellow. Awesome. Awesome, awesome shirt. You have to see the yellow. Hopefully the yellow looks good. I try to give some color choices on there. You know, not everybody likes, you know, just black or gray or whatnot, so put some whimsical colors on there as well. Life Quest, I had not realized that they still shut down the Mark 8 at Disneyland when it gets hot. Interesting, I didn't know that they would do that. I mean, you would think that it gets hot in California, so, All right, well, they're slowing down the haul rope here for whatever reason. Such a gorgeous day, though. You really got to love that sky. Definitely props to that photo getting captured this morning. So that was a lucky grab watching the Imagineers get on. So I love it. I love when things get shared, even though you can't be every place at every time. You know, somebody at some point is going to grab it. Oh, sorry, I got something in my eyeball. I love live feeds. Everything always goes wrong. Hey, there's my Scrooge McDuck gondola. Yeah, that's my favorite character wrap right now. But I really do love the unwrapped ones. I just like the plain, the bright color. I think the yellow one is actually my favorite. The red one is great too. Todd, too late for painted towers before the opening, since the stress testing is probably near completion. Yeah, you know, I've kind of given up on the tower thing. It's really not even bugging me anymore. You know, it's one of those things, you know, before the gondolas were on and before you see them in motion and everything. Now when you go through like the Caribbean beach, you're really just paying attention to the gondolas. You're watching all the different characters, you're watching the colors, you're watching how fast they move overhead, and the towers are just like secondary. You don't even notice it. It's really not that big of a deal. So them getting painted, not a big deal at all. I gave up on that. Same with the buildings over at Pop Century and Art of Animation. You know, you just kind of give up on it and you say that's just the way it's going to be. And they're there for a reason and you need them. And they just kind of become part of the landscape now. Disney knows what they're doing. They're always there's always about 5 steps ahead of everybody else, so which they should be. Zippity Doodad, welcome, my friend. Thank you so much. Follow Passport to the Parks on social media. There's all my links there. Thank you very, very much. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe here on YouTube. It's all appreciated. If anybody is just joining on now, trying not to make that a clickbait title. The Imagineers were spotted this morning, actually getting on the gondola and heading across, so came here as quickly as I could to maybe try to catch some of it on video. Have not caught anybody yet riding back and forth. but it actually did occur this morning. So fingers crossed we might be able to catch something while we're here. Right before I went live, they had a whole group of Imagineers that came in to the station. They all had their vests on and their hard hats and everything, so I was hoping maybe they needed to jump on and head over to Caribbean Beach, but we will wait and see. In fact, I see some folks coming out now, so all right, somebody walking over to the gondolas. He's got a Star Wars shirt on. Does not look like... Is he gonna get in? Does he need to go to the Caribbean Beach for any reason? They're just kind of explaining the process here. I know it may seem kind of silly, just waiting to see if actually somebody walks inside of one of these things. But after this long, after 2 years, this is kind of a big thing. I want to see actually somebody get inside and see a head moving inside one of these things. To see life moving across the haul rope. Oh, now we sat down at the control panel, so may have just turned it over to another cast member here. Jackie, it's not silly at all. Wait, your son, not silly at all. Thank you. Sometimes I feel a little goofy when I get excited about these kind of things. As long as I'm not the only one. But feeling kind of goofy at Disney World, I guess that's a good thing. I wonder if they turn me on live in there and they actually watch me when I'm standing out here and they're giggling at me because I'm a big goofball out here. Disney girl, the chosen one. The Gondola Godfather, that's the one that's stuck. Hashtag Gondola Godfather. David, I am not alone. Yeah, there's some heads just under the fence line there. It's kind of hard to see, but they might be, who knows what they're doing down there. Maybe some last minute touches. The Shep family, they are looking good. D-Wood, 2 p.m. shift change, could be. Could be anything. It'll be pretty awesome if somebody just jumped on board, so then I can go get a drink of water. Mr. Chris Danger, really soft openings already? No, these are not soft openings. What was seen this morning was a group of what looked like Imagineers jumped on the gondolas and they headed across to the Caribbean Beach for whatever reason. Somebody captured a picture of that this morning, so I came here to see if I can capture some of that on video. But maybe not. Maybe that was just just a one-time deal today. Kyler the Imagineer. Imagineers have already gotten inside, so don't let your hopes down. It might just happen. Exactly. That's what I was saying. It definitely did get spotted this morning, so I'm going to stick here for as long as I can, and if we catch it, we catch it. David, at least we do have great music in the background. RS, what will you do with all your time once the gondolas are up and running? Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for a phase 2, obviously. But trust me, there is a ton of other stuff going on around Disney World. You will always, always, always find new adventure and things to follow at Disney World. I just happen to really, really love the Skyliner. Got kind of attached to it, so I love everything else that's going on too. So plenty of stuff. But phase 2 would be really, really awesome. Already thinking about phase 2, and we're sitting here waiting to see if one person gets on the gondola for phase 1. Brent, when do you think Disney will start a phase 2 for the Skyliner? Who knows? I mean, it may be nothing in the works right now. It may all just be speculation. It's just stuff that we kind of assume and talk about. You know, I've heard some different things about much larger gondola systems. Magic Kingdom could definitely be in play as far as transporting large amounts of guests in these larger gondolas that are out there. Some of them hold 30, 40, 50 people. You know, getting people back and forth from TTC to the Magic Kingdom. If there's a 5th gate announced, you know, coinciding with whatever that 5th gate might be. So, I mean, the sky is the limit. Literally, the sky is the limit for the Skyliner here. They could go anywhere. I honestly do not think that Disney Springs would be in play, just because you don't have the large volume. You know, the Skyliner is really meant to transport large volumes of guests. Say, you know, at a fireworks closing. You know, you get all these people that come out, and you can get a lot of people on the Skyliner and get them out as quickly as possible. Disney Springs doesn't have that. You don't have like a mass exodus of people like you do from Hollywood Studios or like Magic Kingdom, Illuminations, those kind of things. So that's really what they want to concentrate on. That's what I would assume, at least. So if they do Disney Springs anytime, it'll probably be far into the future, because there's just doesn't seem the requirement for it. The buses are more than adequate. Plus you have, you know, the Sasagula River that goes to a few resorts, the Disney Springs resorts over there. So I'm thinking Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom are definitely going to be in play. And I could really see, you know, a big 30, 40, 50 passenger gondola going back and forth between TTC and the Magic Kingdom. Matthew Kine, thank you so much, my friend. $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for the very kind support. Heading down this Thursday, I'll send you an email and hopefully we can meet up. Absolutely, I can't wait to meet you. That'll be a lot of fun. Hey, if they keep putting people on the Skyliner, maybe they'll have a soft opening. But I doubt it. Might be a little too quick for actual people. Just the Imagineers so far. Tyler the Imagineer, just about to record a gondola info video for my YouTube channel. Well, that is awesome. I can't wait to check that out. Definitely let us know when that's up, or kick me an email so I can see it. You're welcome to use any of my footage if you'd like. If you need some B-roll footage, you can always use mine. Hello.
Do you know how to get inside of here to get on?
They are not open yet. They open on September 29th.
Oh,
So they're all just being tested right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
They don't open until September. They'll just test you.
I wish that wasn't the case. I wish we could walk on it. I wish they could walk on. But sooner or later we'll get there. Yeah, these guys are just painting. So I am not seeing it. Well, 365 people on here. Everybody gets excited for this. Like I said, if you're just coming on, Main Street Moments, thank you so much for being here. If you guys are just coming on, it was spotted this morning. They had Imagineers that got on and went across, so came here to do a live stream to see if we can maybe catch some of that on video. Nothing as of yet. We've had Imagineers that have gone inside, but nobody's gotten on board yet. Gotta love social media though. When somebody spots something, then you gotta try to get down here and share in the magic. I've had some firsts up here too, and it's kind of a neat feeling when you capture something and you get to share that with everybody. The power of social media. Mr. Chris Danger, maybe in 3 to 4 weeks, some soft openings. Again, I'm thinking soft openings are going to happen after the 28th. I think that's when the system will definitely get turned over and say, you know, everything is good to go. We can start putting bodies on here. Bodies that, you know, aren't working for Disney or Doppelmayr. Jim will be there on September 28th. Glad I'll be there to ride it. Though we were staying at the Sports, we'll be there for 7 nights. Absolutely, you're gonna get a chance. You know, come over here to Hollywood, to Epcot, jump on this thing and have some fun on the 29th. You know, I was gonna put out something to see if it would even be feasible. If maybe you wanna do like a get together, if I put something out there for the 29th, if people would be interested to meet up here, maybe at a certain time and ride the Skyliner, kind of go back and forth on it a few times. I think that might be a lot of fun. I know I got a lot of locals here, and it's kind of hard to plan things around, you know, a certain date, but I'm curious to know if people will be interested in that. But actually meeting up here on the 29th to enjoy the Skyliner together, I think it would be a lot of fun. I think riding it is going to be fun, but riding it with other people and seeing everybody's reactions, and it's kind of like that first time when you walk into the Magic Kingdom and you see people's reactions. That's what I love the most. So I would love to ride with, you know, a bunch of different people and just share everybody's reactions. So I'll put something out on Facebook and things and get a feel to see if people will be interested in that. Melissa says yes, awesome. So you'll be here at Sports September 28th as well. Mr. Chris Danger, if you ride it, you'll film it. Absolutely, you know, if you're able to, get reactions. I want to see people's faces and see people as they're launching off and they're going up into the sky and as they're watching the views and things like that. Really curious to see how people are going to react to being up there. David, I'd come down on the 29th to ride. Danny, I'd love to, but not going to be in Disney at that time. Way Too Son missed what I was asking. Basically, I was asking if maybe on the 29th, the day that the Skyliner opens in September, if we wanted to do some sort of a meetup so we could kind of ride the Skyliner together. I don't know if I'd get enough people interested in doing that to come and, we can meet up at a certain time and just kind of go back and forth and enjoy riding, the different areas on the Skyliner and getting people's reactions and just having a lot of fun doing that. I think that would be pretty cool to do. I was thinking about that this morning. Richard, how does an ECV fit? Basically, let me go through this again here. You see, as the gondolas are coming in, you have this front loading track right here, and this is where guests are going to walk on and walk off of the Skyliner. So this is considered the front track, but as you look towards the rear here, there's a secondary track, and you'll see there's two gondolas back there right now that are parked. So what happens is as the gondolas come in, they can actually transfer to this rear track, and the gondolas can be stopped. And you can take as much time as you need to load an ECV, load a scooter. Anybody who needs some special assistance can load onto those gondolas, and the seats will fold up so you'd have more room to put the scooters on board. And then once those passengers are on board, the gondola would then circle back around and join this front track, and it would exit just like the normal gondolas do. Then it would head over to the Caribbean beach, and it would repeat that process. There's a secondary track over there as well, and they would be able to unload the scooter. So absolutely, Disney has thought of everything. They want everybody to have the opportunity to ride. So anybody who needs special assistance, any extra time, there is that secondary track that offers the guests the ability to do that. The only difference is, I believe, at the Riviera, and I'm kind of 98% sure on this, I don't believe there's a secondary track there, but the gondolas actually slow down so extremely slow, and they can be stopped in order to load scooters on the normal track route through there. So I'm not 100% sure that there's not a secondary track in there, but I believe that they do load on the primary track, and that's just at the Riviera. I might be wrong. There might be a secondary track that's kind of buried in the back a little bit that we're just not able to see. Tony, most active people in manual wheelchairs won't need the special line. Well, they will, because the wheelchair or the scooter would have to load straight in, and the gondola is actually moving. So you can't, the scooter wouldn't be able to keep up, even at such a slow pace. It would just be too much of a safety risk for a scooter to actually load into a moving vehicle. So they absolutely won't do that. So they will load anybody in a scooter wheelchair will have to load in that secondary track. Even if they think they could make it, Disney would never do that. Safety is always number one for Disney, and they would not want to take that risk of jamming a wheelchair in there or somebody getting hurt in that process. But there are some people on scooters out there who can navigate those things better than I can walk, in a straight line. So, and I don't walk in a straight line very well half the time. Michael, how would they know at the other end? A couple of different scenarios. The system is very computerized, so there's, they should have readouts as far as which gondolas are marked for which, who could be in one gondola, if there's a scooter in a gondola, or it could just be, a visual thing. They would know the gondola coming in as it's coming into the load area, which will be, say, on the opposite end, on the other side. As the doors are opening, as it's coming through, you see a scooter's in there, so you just don't unload that guest, and they continue on, and you'd have the ability just to transfer that gondola into the rear track. So it could just be a visual thing as the gondola is coming in as well for whatever cast member is over there. But my guess would be they would have that marked electronically, and they'd be able to monitor that gondola and know, scooters, which gondolas have scooters on board at what time. Or they may have a system in place. Maybe there are certain marked gondolas, certain numbers that they have in place. Maybe 201 and 217 and 002 are scooter gondolas for that day, and they're the ones that constantly go into the back. So you would have to wait, for that specialized gondola to go back there. Maybe they only have 20 gondolas marked for that day to do that. It's all just a protocol thing. I mean, there could be 4 or 5 different explanations on how they'll monitor that. There's also the mysterious light that we have on the exterior of the gondolas as well. There's a red and green little LED light that's on the doors, and you can actually see it at night. We captured that about a month or so ago. And so that could have something to do with, monitoring the vehicle if it's loaded, unloaded for whatever reason. Not quite sure what that little LED light will be for. Let me get back into the shade here. I'm standing in the sun. Richard, can 2 scooters fit on one gondola? I don't believe they would do that. I don't think that they would do that. I mean, you might be able to, depending on the size, maybe fit a wheelchair and a scooter, but I don't think the necessity would be there. I know there's families that have, some people with 2 scooters, 3 scooters. That's something we'll really have to wait and see what Disney decides to do with that, if they'd be able to fit 2 scooters on board. I'm thinking for the most part, they'll try to keep it to 1. I think these are pretty deceiving. As small as they look, as we're looking, standing underneath them and watching them from the side here, I think that they're probably a little more roomy than we expect on the inside, especially when you fold the seats up. You're gonna have a lot of interior space inside there.
So cool.
Wait, Tucson, I wonder if the light is a weight indicator. I'm not quite sure about that. You really wouldn't need that. They would have something a little more specialized for that. If there's an overload situation, it wouldn't just be based on if a little light on the side of the gondola. That would be something they would monitor through some sort of a sensory equipment. And somebody had asked about weight limits on the gondolas as well. The D-Line, the Omega 4 gondolas are rated for about 1,800 kilograms, which is just under 4,000 pounds. An average elevator capacity is about 1,200 kilograms, which is right around 2,600 pounds. So this is basically, almost double, just under double the size capacity of a normal elevator. So these can definitely handle some serious weight. In fact, if you look, let me turn you around here. I have sun glare, but let me see it here. Let's see here. Where's I think it says somewhere on here. I thought it said it on here. Some rope speed. I thought the weight was on my shirt here, one of the specs. Maybe I'm wrong, sorry. That was really not quality video right there. But I thought I had the hanger arm spec on here somewhere, as far as the 1,800 kilograms. Well, up to 378 people on right now. That is incredible. Thank you all for being here. I am so sorry we've been standing here for almost 1 hour and 9 minutes now, hoping we would catch somebody to get on. Again, the moral of the story here is pictures were captured this morning of Imagineers going across to Caribbean Beach. So decided to come here live to see if we can capture that ourselves and share it with all of you guys. Thought we were going to get lucky. We had a pretty large group of Imagineers that went in. But at least we still get to have a great time and just watch some live gondola work as they go around. They are definitely in full motion today. Tyler, what is my favorite station? Let's see here. Lighting on. Sorry, it's hard to read in the sun here. Those lighting are the same on the ship, right side and left side. Somebody had said that too for the right and the left side of the gondolas. They are not actually on opposite sides. It's the same LED light that either lights up in red or green. It's on the door side, so it's on the side facing us here. The light is not on the opposite side of the gondola, and it's either red or green. So it's not a right side, left side, or starboard, you know, kind of a scenario there. One light only on the door side. My favorite station, well, that's a tough one. I think the Pop and Art station is really cool looking. The Riviera is a beautiful station. I think I would probably go with Pop and Art right now. I think that's the coolest looking one. International Gateway is beautiful. It does have the mural on the front. It's very, very nice. Riviera is very elegant looking. Caribbean Beach is just kind of it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of a monstrosity. It has all the transfers in there. It has all the tracks, the storage and everything. So they did the best they could with that and just made it kind of an open air marketplace. So as far as the way a station looks, not really the most pleasing, but Pop and Art I think is the coolest looking. It's got that retro look to it. Zippity Doodad, thank you so much. $4.99 super chat. Thank you for all you do, my friend. Thank you for being here. Definitely visit Zippity Doodad's channel on YouTube as well. Another Disney nut over there. We love Disney nuts. All right, looks like we're slowing down again. Dave, I'm going with occupied, unoccupied. That would probably make the most sense as far as occupied, unoccupied. Green, I guess would mean unoccupied, so it would be, you know, you could put people in. Red would be occupied, and that might probably come into play at the Riviera. That's really where you're going to want to see that, because as the gondolas are approaching, again, how I think the Riviera is going to work, as you're approaching the Riviera, you're going to hear an announcement that says, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you're approaching the Riviera Resort. If you'd like to disembark here, please gather your belongings and get out. But if not, if you want to stay on board, you can do so and just ride along and head over to Epcot. So as that gondola is coming in, you know, you would see if there's people on board of that gondola or not with the light indicator, and they would be able to see, you know, if they need to load it or not. I guess it's kind of silly though, because as the doors open, you're going to see if anybody's in it. I mean, it could be something that just doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's just an indicator for the operator for something that we might even never know. Well, looks like they stopped them here. Resort budgeting, think it would be interesting if there was a ride photo. I think it would be funny as the HM by being surprised as the HM. I'm not sure what HM stands for. You know, obviously there's going to be a ride photo that will leak sooner or later. You know, somebody's going to put one out there. I would love to put my photos out there, obviously. But we'll see. You know, I'm sure those Imagineers probably took selfies of themselves on board. Not that they'll share those in any way. But, you know, for historical purposes, they rode across. So I would have grabbed a selfie of myself inside there, definitely. Something to share with your kids. Dan, have you ever seen Bio Reconstruct's photos of the gondolas from the helicopter? Yeah, I mean, everybody sees the aerial views that Bio Reconstruct does. He really put some incredible stuff up there. I'm not too sure that it's actually from a helicopter. I think he's illegally flying a drone around here. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think helicopter views are capturing what he's capturing. So I think he's doing it with a drone, which, you know, is definitely a huge no-no here. And we'll see if one day he gets caught doing that. But hey, we'll enjoy the photos until that day happens. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is a helicopter, but a lot of the close-ups and the angles and stuff just seems very, very drone to me. John, maybe the same announcer as the monorail. Yeah, we'll see if they have the famous Por favor manténganse alejado de las puertas, if they're going to do that with the gondolas here as well. Really looking forward to whatever we're going to hear inside, any kind of music or announcements. You know, when we step inside and we get that breath of fresh, cool, air-conditioned air. No, I'm just kidding. That's not happening. But we should definitely hear announcements and hopefully music. Matt, some of his stuff is definitely iffy, but a majority of what he posts can be seen from a normal helitour. We'll see. You know, maybe he's a pilot. Maybe he owns a helicopter. Maybe he works for one of the companies around here, and he's constantly getting pictures as he's going overhead. I don't think anybody knows who he is, though. He's very discreet with his Twitter feed, so you know, it's kind of one of those things. If you're doing something that maybe you shouldn't, you know, you kind of hide behind some things. But like I said, I enjoy the photos. I love it. I just hope things aren't being done that aren't supposed to be done. I think we all should play by the rules as much as we can. Wilson, there are lots of areas in Walt Disney World where drones are permitted, but not by Disney rules, only direct over the parks for forbidden airspace. Yeah, as far as I know, they are not allowed anywhere around Disney property, and for good reasons. I mean, you know, just for safety factors, you can't have drones flying overhead. You know, if one of those things were to take a nosedive and injure somebody, just for that reason alone, you know, it really shouldn't be happening. But just all the other, you know, rules and no-fly rules and all that stuff. Michael, how hot is it here today? Raining in London. Geez, it's probably in the 90s today. It's really not too terrible. The sun keeps kind of hiding behind the clouds a little bit, so that's a good thing. I kind of found a little bit of shade in the under a palm tree leaf here, so Richard, will they run till midnight? They'll run based on park hours, similar to what the monorail or the buses would run. You'll probably see them running, you know, an hour and a half after park closing. Same prior to park opening. You know, they'll probably open an hour or so before to get people here. You know, Galaxy's Edge is going to be having like 6 a.m. openings. So, you know, they'll probably be starting, you know, 5 a.m. trying to get people over here. LifeQuest, please stand clear of the doors. Please remain seated while the Skyliner is in motion. Hold on to your packages, cameras, and children. The Skyliner the Skyliner cannot be stopped if you should drop them. Yes, you definitely don't want to drop one of your children out of the Skyliner. Not a scenario that we're going to see. Even with the windows open, there is a screening that covers the ventilation for the windows themselves. So you're not going to be able to, you know, pop pennies out there and, you know, all the crazy stuff that some people might think they'll get away with. And you definitely can't pop your kids out one of the windows either. But that sounds about right. I would definitely hear that walking into the gondola. They may say that the gondola can actually stop at any time, you know, so please hold on. The gondola can stop suddenly at any given moment, which is the case. I mean, they can make sudden stops if need be. Most likely they won't. They're probably going to be running as we see them right now. You know, you'll have constant motion, and every once in a while they may slow it down or stop it for whatever reason on the haul rope. But outside of that, during normal operating hours, you're probably going to be seeing a pretty steady flow, just like we've been seeing here for the past hour and 20 minutes and 43 seconds. No dropping water balloons. Probably a big no-no. Let's see, La Dolce Vita. Did you hear that they are opening a new DVC hotel next to the Wilderness Lodge? I think that's the name of the hotel. That is actually the new nature-inspired resort that they're building over there. They've already broken ground. They've been clearing ground over there, and it's right on the old river country property. And it's supposed to be really, really beautiful. Richard, I guess no food and drinks allowed. I would probably say not. You're not going to be able to walk on there with your hamburger. You know, it's like the other transportation on the monorail. You know, if you're walking on there with your water bottles and covered drinks and things like that, it's probably going to be okay. We'll have to wait and see how that works out, if what the rules are for that. All right, well, I am down to about 5% on my camera here, so unfortunately we did not catch the Imagineers going back and forth today. We will definitely keep an eye on that, keep watching it. It was a lot of fun. Props to those photos going out this morning. It was a lot of fun to see, and we will definitely capture that here in the near future ourselves and hopefully get on and ride. So I will put something out about the 29th as well, September 29th. I would love to meet a bunch of people here and just have a lot of fun riding the Skyliner. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. So visit passporttotheparks.com, and also please subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't done so. Truly appreciated, and hit that bell icon so you can know when I'm live and you can see a lot of cool stuff. Even if we're just sitting and watching the gondolas go back and forth, it's always a lot of fun. So I appreciate you guys being here, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.